most satisfying case of karma you have ever witnessed? It happened when I was around 7, and honestly, I didn't even realize what I was seeing until years later. My babysitter, Ms. Hattie, was this kind, quiet woman in her late 60s who always smelled like peppermint tea and wore big floral dresses. She'd knit while watching daytime soap operas, and sometimes let me pretend to be her assistant while she ran her yarn shop. She treated me like a grandchild, always had warm cookies, let me color on the kitchen walls, as long as it was with invisible crayons, aka air. But her daughter was the human version of a hornet. I met her once before, the kind of person who smiled without her eyes. She had a cold, sharp voice, and this fake sweet way of calling me honey that made my skin crawl. That day, she snatched a juice box from me and told me I was too fat for sugar. I cried the rest of the day in Ms. Hattie's lap. Then one day, a loud bang 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 hit the front door while I was watching Arthur on the couch. Ms. Hattie paused mid-row on her knitting and sighed. I could see her hands shaking a bit as she stood up. She opened the door a crack and yep, it was her daughter. She was yelling before the door even opened fully. I instantly grabbed my dog Maxie and ran out to the backyard. I didn't want to be anywhere near that woman. But even outside, I could hear her yelling clear as day. She was demanding $900. I heard her say, "You owe me for everything? You think I'm gonna let you rot in this house with your fake sugar cookie life?" Ms. Hattie tried to calm her down. She kept saying, "I don't have it. I just got enough to get by." Then her daughter shouted something that made me freeze. "I swear on my life, if you don't have that money by the end of the week, I will set this whole place on fire with you and your little brats in it." I remember hiding behind a bush and just holding Maxie tight. He started growling a bit. That's when I saw the daughter storm out of the house and head to her car. Now, here's where it gets horrifying. Maxie, being a curious little mutt, crawled under her car, probably looking for shade. I panicked and went in after him. I was small, maybe 40 pounds soaking wet, and I could barely reach his collar. That's when the daughter yelled, "Get that stupid mutt out from under my car. I'm not waiting." I screamed back, "Please, just 1 second." She didn't care. The engine started. I started sobbing, yanking Maxie's collar, when suddenly, I felt arms grab me. Ms. Hattie. She yanked me back with everything she had, but not Maxie. The scream he let out, I'll never forget it. I looked back and saw his little body lying still. My brain couldn't even process it. I was just shaking, crying. My knees scraped, my hands covered in dirt. The daughter didn't even stop. She cursed, reversed, and peeled off. My parents fired Ms. Hattie the next day, not because they blamed her, but because they were terrified her daughter might come back. I didn't even get to say goodbye. Months went by. I never forgot Maxie. I never forgot the sound, and I never forgot the cold look on that woman's face. Then one night, my mom got a phone call, and I only remember it because she gasped so loud it made me drop my cereal bowl. It was Ms. Hattie. She wanted to explain what happened recently. Apparently, her daughter had gotten into an argument at a gas station with a homeless veteran. She accused him of eyeing her purse and started screaming at him, pushing him, calling him names. Now, this man had a PTSD service dog, a huge German shepherd named Justice, the kind that's calm until it absolutely can't be. Well, she shoved the man so hard he hit the side of a dumpster. That's when Justice stepped in. She kept pushing. Justice warned her once with a growl. She ignored it. She slapped the dog. That's when Justice lunged. The dog didn't go for her face. He didn't maul her, but he bit deep into her right arm and clamped down until people pulled them apart. She screamed that the dog was rabid, tried to sue the vet, tried to file charges, but the gas station cameras caught everything. It wasn't just self-defense, it was justified defense. She ended up in the hospital with muscle damage and needed multiple surgeries just to get her fingers to move properly again. And the case? Thrown out immediately. She was even fined for disorderly conduct. The best part? The vet whose dog bit her? He was neighbors with Ms. Hattie's church friend. He had no clue who she was, no clue what she'd done. The universe just spun its wheel and handed her exactly what she deserved. Ms. Hattie asked my parents if she could come by to apologize. My parents said yes. When she came by, I ran straight to her and gave her the biggest hug. We both cried. And she handed me a new plush dog, looked just like Maxie. She said, "I named him Justice. Hope that's okay." And yeah, that was more than okay.